Bruh. That's the first impression right there. Bruh. What is going on, guys? Welcome to yet another Ploto Gaming live stream. This one kind of hits a little bit different, although kind of the same, where 1960, at least from what we know right now, is disbanding. What is going on, everybody? We are cooked. I'm cooked. I'm kind of cooked, bruh. I was enjoying my off season. KVK is about to be over. It's about 2 days until KVK is over. But if you guys did not know, I'm sure it's all over the place. I'm pretty late to this, by the way. 1960 is indeed disbanding, from at least from what we know right now. Let me go ahead and pull up the message that kind of brought it all together, that kind of cemented and started the wave of this news coming out. Seaw. I think Seaw posted this on his YouTube channel as well. We'll look at the YouTube thing. But let me say hi to chat before we get into the news here. Holy crap, there's a lot of people in here already typing. 1960 disband, what's up? What is the point in this? I thought only leadership. Plato to 101 to 1001. Why is 1960 disbanding? What the hell? This is dumb. Where's the Zero podcast? Yeah, so I'll kind of give you guys a rundown of my thoughts of it, I guess. What happened. Where am I gonna migrate?
Where are you gonna migrate?
That's also gonna be something we got to think about. But essentially what happened was, at the end of the KVK, when we won against 1093, by the way, this is a KVK. 1093 still held on to their territory here, as well as their territory down here, so they're gonna be able to, I believe, get a couple coins or two. But anyways, after this KVK against 1093, I messaged 960 leadership, specifically Mamer. I'm like, hey, yo, would you guys want to go into Zero podcast to talk about the KVK? You guys might have been wondering, why didn't we do the typical 960? Oh, there's we won the KVK. Here's the leadership's perspective, all that kind of stuff. And they were like, let's save the podcast for after the KVK. We have news. It's not good. So I'm like, all right, well, that's not good. I wonder who's retiring. And then just today, I actually got woken up by the Discord messages. I'm like, did you know about this? What's going on? Where are you going? Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show this the Seaw thing going on right now, in case you guys didn't see the message. Should I show it on Discord or should I show it on YouTube? Screw it, we'll show it on YouTube. All right, here we go. Let me pause the music. Actually, I feel like this is a pause music moment right here. All right. Hi everyone, it is not easy to say this, but the time has come. This KVK is my last dance, and with it, my journey with 960 has come to an end. I started playing Rise of Kingdoms in October 2018, earlier than most of you. Back then, my wife and I had just been together for 3 years, but now we're celebrating our 10th anniversary with our second child arriving next year. Wow, that's actually huge. People shift their focus as they grow. Zake and Alano have been busy with their new jobs. Mamer, Galv, and Pika will soon graduate and step into a new chapter of life. Landlord Chen has health issues and won't be able to serve anymore. And there are too many good officers that have already quit. I cannot list them all. In fact, 90% of them don't even have an account. But they are still willing to help for many KVKs without asking anything in return. So please be grateful for their past efforts. They did so much not because of the game itself, but because of love, the bonds, and the friendship. You know, that's definitely something in 960 that I've seen, is that a lot of the leadership in 1960, they literally don't even play Rise of Kingdoms anymore. They just log in for KVK, to war lead or to build flags on their farm accounts, or at least from my time in 960 since I've been here for the 3 KVKs, even our main war lead Alano, this guy has like a siege account with a 50 million power siege account where he has arrow towers, and that's pretty much it. So I mean, yeah, the 1960 leadership for quite some time, it has just been kind of just playing because of the love of the game, of, you know, keeping the 1960 legacy alive. So maybe that was a little bit of writing on the wall there. Okay, next paragraph. Now, if most of our core leadership can no longer commit, we simply can't sustain the same level anymore. Rise of Kingdoms has been a part of our lives for too long enough to finally let go and move on. I'm sorry to say this, but our management team will disband. So, I actually messaged, you know, I was talking to Mamer about this. That's like the first person that kind of gave me an inkling of what's going on with his, oh yeah, let's save the podcast for 2 weeks from now until the KVK is over, because there's going to be bad news coming out. So I actually messaged Mamer. I'm like, hey, so like who exactly is migrating, or who exactly is retiring? Seaw, we know for sure is retiring because this is his message. But it's going to be all of the R4s and R5s of 1960. So it's pretty much everyone that was doing something, or most of the people that were doing something in 1960, they're retiring. So I think the names I could say is Pika, Mamer, Seaw, Alano, and there's definitely a lot more. I just don't want to say, those are the names I know for sure. I just don't want to say other names that might not necessarily be retiring, but taking, actually Seawell's not even retiring. I think he's going to a lower seed, but he's leaving 960. So yeah, there's, I mean, it's kind of hard to fathom or talk about 1960 and without talking about those guys, at least in my time here, because, you know, there's just been, when it comes to leading such a big, not even a big, like a high tier Imperium Kingdom, there's just so much work that goes into it. And the R4 team, R5 team, they've been doing it for so long, and now they're retiring. So every Hell KVK we have endured cost us more than just troops. We lost friends, teammates, and leaders along the way. Most of the friends I once fought alongside already quit. I miss Kendrick pushing 3-day fights by himself. I miss Leopard snoring on Discord when he was too exhausted to turn off mic. I miss all the good days that when we stayed all night tanking for each other no matter win or loss. Yet, Rise of Kingdoms does not give me that same feeling anymore. With battle reports viewable on trading ratio, half the players on Discord are pilots and only care about trades. Now you just cannot find that unspoken bond and trust any longer. I think this is, you know, quite the controversial statement, because this has been, even for like I think a lot of my comments from my last couple of videos talk about the last KVK against 1093 was, oh, pilots won the KVK, pilot to this, pilot to that. I think this statement also talks and shows the insight behind being in leadership when there are a lot of pilots. Like, I know there was like a lot of times in this KVK where we were not coordinated and organized, and a lot of it came down to pilots that, you know, were in it for the KP, or I don't know exactly the situation, but pilots are just a big thing in every big kingdom, and it's unfortunate, and I think it's draining for leadership especially, because now you have a bunch of players that aren't really dedicated to the kingdom, and then they're just playing for trades, as Seaw said. So
Stonks.
And I will say, like, early game Rise of Kingdoms, I started playing in 2019, so not as late as Seaw, but there's nothing like, I think like the reason why I don't really, you know, pilot on my account myself is because the whole point of Rise of Kingdoms for me is like, playing on your account is, when you play on your account, this is like something that you work towards, the off season, the commanders you invested in, the resources you've gathered. Maybe not so much the resource that you gathered sometimes, but you know what I mean? It's like you built towards that situation to be in a KVK, to be in a situation where you're fighting alongside everyone else who also put in the same effort. Now it's kind of like, that's not the case anymore. So, yeah. Anyways, let's continue on. Sorry, I'm not reading. I'll read chat after I finish up my thoughts with this message. The moment I'm proud was our first loss against 1093. When many had every reason to walk away, some of us chose to stay. We stood together, rebuilt together, and believed in each other. Then we helped 60 GT rise again. We came back stronger than ever, and in 2025, we fought two of the most epic KVKs in Rise of Kingdoms history. So yeah, I believe 960 has only had one loss. I mean, that's what it says here. 18-1. And that one loss was against 1093, 2605 in that crazy, weird KVK. And a lot of people did quit. Leopard quit after that KVK. And I remember during that time, that was like, oh, 1960 is done. 1960 is, you know, disbanding. And then Seaw and all the leadership to that stayed was like, all right, we're going to run it back. This is a salty way to lose. And I guess this win against 1093, the revenge win, you could say, even though we talked about this before. The three matchups that 960 and 1093 had, the first matchup I feel like was very favored towards 1093. They had like what, 4 alliances. They had 2605 fighting 1960 in the earlier zones. So it was kind of doomed for 960 after that Diplo. And then the second matchup was with 2489. It was 89 GT, I believe was what people were calling it, because it's 2489 and 1960, which, in my opinion at the time, were like arguably the second and third strongest kingdoms in the same camp against 1093. And, you know, that's just super tough for 1093. That's the KVK where they like changed the flags midway through the KVK so you can't fill with farm accounts or something. I don't know what exactly happened, but that KVK was kind of cooked for 1093, even though they were the strongest kingdom in the game. They were fighting against second and third in the same camp. This KVK was kind of, I feel like, the most even the most even matchup between the two kingdoms, where 1093, they're still very strong. They have 2 alliances. They still have numbers. They also have a campmate. And then 1960, you know, we're just this one alliance kingdom. And you saw from the fights, it was a stalemate for quite some time. And within the first day, second day, 1093 had the upper hand. They're able to burn us back. But then the third and fourth day, we were able to turn it back on again and kind of bring that back. We have a whole video to recap that KVK and what happened. But I feel like from what I've talked to Will, what I've talked to 960 leadership, this retirement or this, you know, this disbandment of 1960 isn't the same situation from their first loss against 1093, where it's like, oh, we lost the game, now we're done. This retirement is we've finished the game. We've completed everything we wanted to complete. 1093, that first win with 2489 probably didn't feel as good, but now that we finally beat 1093 in a straight head-to-head, the question that I kept getting asked after the 2377 KVK is what's next? 1093 KVK is what's next? And I guess after 1093 in this matchup, they're like, I think we've completed the game. So, to all the new members who joined recently, I'm sorry we didn't get to fight more battles together. I wish we had more time. I mean, that's true. By now, we fought against or alongside almost every Imperium in the game. For me, there's no regrets left, nothing left to improve. Exactly what we were talking about earlier. Every dynasty has an end, every story has a final chapter, and this, for me, is the perfect one. People always debate which kingdom is the GOAT. Honestly, I don't care what they say, because to me, I can't spell GOAT without GT. Oh, that's clever wordplay. It's resilience, it's courage, it's refusing to give up when everything is against you. Thank you for everything, for the journey, for the memories, and for standing by each other. Your oldest GT member, Seaw. All right, I think that deserves
Little do you know how I'm
an F's in the chat. Rest in peace, GT.
Little do you know I'm
even though I just got here.
By the memories. Little do you know I'm trying to pick myself up piece by piece. Little.
Anyways, that is the message that kind of sparked things off. I mean, I know there's gonna. I was watching Cortex's live stream earlier. Shout out to Cortex, by the way, because I think he's the one that broke the news and that's where we got a lot of the messages. I'm gonna go ahead and put this as a pinned comment, so that anyone that's new, Seaw retirement can go straight there. I don't have to like bring it up or whatever. We'll pin that message. Okay, let's talk about questions, chat. Let's see what opinions you guys have. Let me read chat real quick. Oh my goodness, we have 400 viewers in here. Shout out to everyone watching. Again, I'm Ploto Gaming, content creator 960. What was a content creator 960? I don't know what the plan is now. It's still so fresh, even though it's been in the works for a while. It's still so fresh that I don't really have a plan as of yet. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right, let me delete this. Let me open this. Yeah, Leo, I'll answer your Discord message in a bit. Making us sad with this song. Let's lose nothing. What kingdom will I go to next? I'm not too sure yet. Kingdom 999. Plato is the kingdom killer. Oh man, I don't want that. I don't want that reputation. I mean, 2268. They went to 3092, and that was for a new start. And then I guess it's a different situation where 960 they completed the games, so they're retiring. Pilots helping accounts stay online 24/7 killed the game. Go play with Chadsky. I've never played with Chad. I mean, we played before in 2268. I mean, that's fun. I don't know. I don't want to talk about myself too much because if I were to be honest, I have no idea where I'm gonna go. Maybe we'll talk about that later on the stream, but let's keep the questions towards 960. 8473. What's my opinion on pilots? It's hard to have. I mean, I'm not a big fan of them, obviously, because as Seaw said, it's hard to build a community and have that community feeling, especially in war when everyone's a pilot and looking for KP and looking for trades. But at the same time, I could see in Lilith's case, like, it's hard to kind of ban them, right? Because like if you take out pilots, that's going to be a majority of spenders in the game, unfortunately. So I don't know what the solution would be. Why no past leadership? That's why 960 is disbanding. The 960 that we know today is disbanding. The news just came out, so I don't know if there's gonna be a group staying in 960. I don't know if there's like gonna be anyone that's gonna be trying to steer the ship, or if there's going to be a B seed or whatever, but at least from what I've been told, there isn't anything out yet with 1960, you know, staying alive, or anyone trying to keep 1960 around. Well, I'll hype them quit. You know, I think we're planning to have Al on the podcast this weekend, so I'm not going to confirm nor deny anyone staying, quitting, retiring, moving, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to talk on anyone's behalf. Jovi saying Hytham and Addy are not quitting. I would assume so. Those guys still really love the game. Hey Leo, appreciate that, man. It must be depressing to see your friends leave one by one, and most of the new players are basically pilots. Yeah, I could imagine. Alright, let me go ahead and keep playing the music. Okay, let's well, I have a whole itinerary here. So I guess one thing I also want to do is give kudos to the 960 leadership for staying this long. I mean, like, it's been a tough couple of it's tough being in leadership for so long. Like, I was in pseudo leadership in 2268, and the amount of drama, the amount of, like, you know, activities, it's like working in HR for free. it's a second job working in HR, and you might even put more hours than you put in your real job. So, I mean, shout out to Seaw, shout out to the whole leadership team for staying around and, you know, doing their thing. Keeping 960 afloat and making a fun kingdom to play in. And, you know, as a fan of the game, it was a great kingdom to watch when I watched them, and it's a great KD to play in when I played it in it for the 3 KVKs. But yeah, as Seaw said, it's kind of hard to. I think it's like a stat. It's like a pyramid or something, right? Or it's like a building. Once one of the pillars collapse, or like, you know, once one person wants to retire, all the other players are like, hey, why are we still playing this game? It's been a while since, you know, especially after this win against 1093. There's probably a couple of players that, as Seaw said, a lot of people are like graduating into going out into the workforce. A lot of Seawolves having a second child. So with everyone, you know, looking forward to their next steps in life, they're like, all right, it's time for us to quit. It's time for us to quit. All right, let's go ahead and I don't know. What else is there to talk about? I'm kind of sad about it. Let me read chat. Just Ang V1 to 155 with 960 accounts. Yeah, crazy to see some of these players go. Yeah, Silky, 100%. Yeah, the messages going out to the 960 players are probably crazy. I mean, I've gotten a couple of them. I don't think I've gotten too many of them. Oh, maybe a couple. But it's gonna be. I think a lot of the players are still gonna play. So it's gonna be really interesting to see where all of the players go. The thing about me, chat, is I'm not like in any big group or anything. I'm not like in, you know, like a group of like 10 or whatever. So I don't know what the plan is for all these players. I don't know where Addy or Genie or Aang, or I don't know where any of these guys are going. So it'll be interesting. I don't know where Cortex is going. I don't even know if Cortex knows himself where he's going, to be honest. I think a lot of people don't know where they're going yet. So C will quit because Cortex showed his face. Ain't no way. Ihara King. Ihara, where are you going? Where are we going, Ihara? Tell me the kingdom. Are we going 2489? Going 1093? What other kingdoms are there out there? 1606? The thing that I would have to think about is, am I gonna go to another top Imperium? Like, is this... Do I want to grind another year or two of, like, maxing tech every KVK? I mean, it was fun, but it's super expensive and tiring. To your heart. We're migrating to my heart. High ACs are more fun, IMO. Plot to 1029. Yeah, if I go to 1029 and Redline like migrates out again, I don't want to do that, bro. Prodigal retired already. I don't know, man. I'd have to think about the options, to be honest. I feel like if I were to migrate with a group, it would be a group, because I have a lot of friends in a lot of different kingdoms that have been PMing me. But if there's a group of 960 players that want to pick me up, yo, hit me up. I think it was fun to play here. So if there was a environment that was similar, It's 5 a.m. for Ihara. Ihara probably just finished making a video about the announcement. Staying up until 5 a.m. for it. Good night. A smaller kingdom setup? Maybe. Interim king of 960? Bro. Hell nah. Ain't no way. Alright. I'll be reading chat while doing this. I have not done this event at all. Well, what should I even go for? 45? Discord full of pilots. We did have like 80 average people on VC, but like just because you're in VC doesn't mean you're listening to instructions. Let's just say Cortex and I were victim to this in zone 5. It's like, oh, follow the ball. It's like, oh wait, there's KP over here. Bad announcement time. Yeah. Honestly, true. Yeah, I mean there's definitely like I don't know. I feel like the VCs and the calls this KVK were a bit different from last KVK. Even though, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of pilots last KVK as well, but yeah. My video on 960 and Seaw drops this. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was kind of the writing was on the wall a little bit when we'd ask Seawill what's next and he'd be like, I have no idea. I have no idea. Hey, what's up, Moonlight? I'm gonna buy the half off ones. Where will you go? I just joined. I did not say where I'm going yet because I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue where I'm going. No plans. No. I haven't talked to anyone about it yet. How about chat? Let's talk about. Let's do this. If you were to pick a kingdom I were to go to, what kingdom would it be? What kingdom would it be? 606. There's a lot of kingdom names. 354, 589, 1184, 1079. Cortex to 3099, 2377, 1093 or 606. 1002. Freaking Tash. 2268 said Victor. Imagine I go back to 2268 to put my... I mean, if I would do that, my account's going to the cloud, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna time him out. Anywhere but 2218. Why not 2218? You don't like Leo? Alright. Do I buy this bundle, chat? You know, I missed I didn't do arms training and I didn't do 1 day of boat events, so I'm missing a lot of tokens. Let's go to 3517 Peachy. Oh, recruitment rates, I see. I'm gonna miss a gold chest before it leaves 960. The gold chests are definitely gonna be missed. Especially since I like zeroed myself this KVK. I have like no tokens. Taken! The one time I use tokens, 960 is disbanding. What am I gonna do with these resources now? Gosh darn it. Yeah, I'm gonna be so broke for the next KVK that I play in, no matter where it is. And I'm like low on speed ups as well. Oh, it's not looking good. How many recruitment messages did I get? I got a handful. Not as much as others, probably. You know where to find 81 if you go to an AC, said Big Kane. I mean, 81's is a solid kingdom. What is this? Do I have a farm killer right next to my city? I do. Okay. Let me just bring my march back home. Mole's already quit. Yeah. Rest in peace. Anyways, I guess like other news, I'm gonna be casting Grand Prix, so that's gonna be this. That's gonna be this Sunday. I think Redline and I are gonna be casting together if I see the schedule here. So we're gonna be casting Grand Prix on the Rise of Kingdoms channel, and then we're also gonna be casting this new event, the Supreme Strife. Actually, I don't even know what this event is. We're gonna be casting this as well, so I think probably I'm just gonna be like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do while also casting. Is 960 still playing Grand Prix? That's gonna be a question we could ask for the podcast. I'm gonna be having we're gonna be having some of the 960 people on the podcast this Sunday. So I will steal Addy. Whoever gets Addy, whoever gets, I mean, there's a lot of good players. Whoever gets Aang, whoever gets Genie, whoever gets Al Haytham. I hope those players go into good hands. Yeah, I saw Goose. I saw. What's the reason of disbanding? It's on the pinned comment, but essentially, the leadership of 960 kind of wanted to retire on top, and everyone's busy, so it's like, all right, it's time. Grand Prix is the last dance. Oh, okay, that makes sense. The pilots will go too. That's true. Check my mail. I kind of don't want to now. You're scaring me. All right, let me check it off stream. I didn't get any mail. That was my gathering report because I saw the farm killer next to me. Alright, we're safe now. But yeah, this is it's tough. Will we ever see a kingdom hit 5 trillion KP? Or an alliance ever hit 5 trillion KP? We were so close. It'll be the next GT leadership. Unless anyone steps up, I don't think there will be a GT leadership. I think GT is going to go up to the clouds. Where will I migrate? I don't know. I have to think if like I still want to be in a top kingdom. I have to look at the kingdoms that would want me. But two, I have to see within myself if I still want to be in a top kingdom or if we're gonna go chill like Redline's doing, or I don't know. $2049, $2377, or $606. Hey, Black Mamba, what's up, man? Do you know where you're going? I'm curious as to where majority of 960 players are going. I mean, we got some rumors and whispers, but we'll see. Yeah, that's Black Mamba, Mr. Top KP in the game over here. What, 27, 28? Black Mamba's Aang? No, Black Mamba is the Osno account, which Aang had for a bit, and then Aang's Aang. Go to 1365. Baba is in 1365. Alright. Let's do a poll. Which kingdom? What king? These are the top Imperium kingdoms, right? We had. You guys said 1365. You guys said 1616. 1606 rather. Yo, Duke. Okay, since Duke is here, we'll put 2049. And then the last kingdom was 1093. I'm doesn't necessarily mean I'm going there, but I'm curious to see what people would say. If you want a real challenge, 1002 is the way. A real challenge would be staying in GT. But 1002 would be kind of crazy. Go CC'd and become FTP, say goodbye Labubu's for the misses and take her to the Maldives. Honestly, that's also an option, you know. It's also an option. If you go to 1093, I'll follow. I mean, if you guys know the Ploto gaming lore, I was actually supposed to go to 1093 before 960, but then the migration timing for 960 worked out better. Too many 1093 viewers. Real talk, as an RK YouTuber, are you concerned about the news? Do you think it'll affect the health of the game? I think it'll definitely affect the health of the game a little bit, for sure. Like 960, a lot of people, they don't even watch Rise of Kingdoms content outside of watching 960 KVKs. It's gonna be tough, man. 960 for the longest time is one of the kingdoms that is the gold standard of, like, when you think of Rise of Kingdoms, a lot of people think of 60 GT and 960, right? So it's gonna be tough. I don't know what the future will hold for 960. I don't know how Rise of Kingdoms will react, but at the end of the day, I shout out to leadership for doing the best for what's the best for them, and I mean, it was definitely one hell of a ride. It's only 60 GT, not 60 MX. 60 MX is gonna be running the kingdom now, confirmed. I mean, 60 MX doesn't have any players. It's just a farm account alliance, so. Do you think they'll ever be in the second 960? I mean, maybe one day, but in all honesty, probably not. Yeah, shout out to the 390 people watching, by the way. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Plato and 960. Maybe this is a good thing for me, because these KVKs are getting super costly. Not saying that whatever kingdom I go to, I won't spend, but man, like the 2377 KVK in particular probably cost me maybe like 1.5 to 2K alone. Hey, Zake. Hey, shout out to the leadership, man. It's been fun. It's been fun, and I'm hoping that this is rarely the case, but I'm hoping that, you know, in some way, shape, or form, we'll have GT reunions here and there. We'll play other games. I don't play Dota, sadly, so that's probably not going to be the case, but yeah. GT disbanding was not on my bingo card. I don't think it fully disbanding was on my bingo card, but definitely a lot of people retiring this year was on there. Can't 960 get leadership like 2377? I mean, potentially, but I don't know if anyone wants to step up. 2377, there were people that, you know, wanted to continue stepping up. I think in this case, it's like literally all of leadership migrating at the same time, or retiring at the same time. So why no 2377 in the poll? Because you can only put you only put 4 options. What's the point of farming? I don't, get my farming stat up, you know? Resource gathering, I'm up there now. I'm 50.4 billion resources gathered. And honestly, the news just came out before I sent out my farmers, so. Yeah, Duke, I'll message you back, bro. I'm farming for the love of the game. 7 Marches farming is a weird flex. Ruz, come to my kingdom. Wait, Ruz, are you actually making a kingdom now? Or are you talking about the 3777 kingdom? You know, I could see Cortex reuniting with Ruz, low key. Seven months for KVK 5. Oh gosh. Consider 1846 too. 1846 is solid for sure. Love promoting bigger kingdoms. Could promote less pilots and bigger KVKs. Everyone's telling me 1001 or 1002. 1188. You interested in coming to a young kingdom? I don't know what I'm interested in yet, man. This stream is literally first impressions. I had a little bit of a script in the beginning, but now I have no idea. Like we're just chilling, talking. 1316. 1316 is a beast of a kingdom too. Why is 960 disbanding? Here, wait, let me end the poll. Apparently people want to see me in 1093 and then 1606. 2049 has Tim Hortons. I mean, Tim Hortons is pretty good. Are you even getting Autark? I believe we are. We have the Zig. Just don't go to a kingdom that takes easy KVKs. Ooh, shot. That's a shot fired. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, should I go back for content purposes? I guess going into a big Imperium kingdom is probably the best, because in my time in GT, that's probably been some of the best content, some of the best fights, some of like the craziest fights, the most hype fights. If I look at my live stream popularity, my top, oh my gosh, my top 12 streams has been within me and GT. Now, I don't know if that viewership will transfer over to another kingdom if I go to, like, I don't know, a 1093 or 2049. And funny enough, the 13th stream is me fighting GT in 2068. So like everything is GT related here. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean 2293 was crazy this KVK as well. Yeah, you kind of do need. I mean, the other option would be just watching the KVKs. I know a lot of people have success watching the KVKs as well. Like, I think the other option, if I wasn't in one of the big kingdoms, would be we'd go crazy on the podcast content. You know, like the old, like Farmer Fighters X, when I had Resin Cortex on and then I made them blind rank Imperium Kingdoms, guessing Rise of Kingdoms commanders. I had fun on as well, and then he guessed, you know, like that kind of stuff. Kind of like Rise of Kingdoms game show, podcaster, retiree type vibes. 93 needs more streamers. I mean, Dirty Dan was holding it down. Dirty Dan was streaming a lot this KVK. Streamers need to be in separate KVKs. Yeah, I've streamed with Chiskel before, and then I was like the Chiskel gaming waiting room, essentially, when I was in 2068. Check the Autark list. Oh, you could do that now? Yeah, nothing yet. $1960. Isn't that the old Drago KD? Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't have passports, by the way. That's also another thing. I don't have passports. I have 5 passports. Oh god. Wait, I would have to migrate before my troops come back, no? The thing is, though, I have infinite alliance credits. So how many passports could I buy with 88 million alliance credits? So it's 88 million divided by 6. That's 146. I'm good. Buy the 5 in stock. I don't want to be that guy. Wait, is this for everybody? Let me just make this real quick. It's personal stock? Oh, I should have been buying passports a while ago. Oh. What the heck? I didn't know that. Let me recycle Ethel Flatheads. Let's see how many. I got another 12.8 million. Alright, yeah, we should be okay. I'll be good for passports. Bro, I haven't migrated since they added the new passport thing, bro. Migrate in KVK cheaper? One weekly. Yeah, I mean, I literally haven't bought anything for something like this. Come play with Duke. Oh my gosh. I mean, will I take bribes? Perhaps. We got Mr. Hero Scrolls over
Come
here.
play with TH Duke smiley face.
Oh my gosh, with the hundo. Duke's in 2049, so that's definitely one of the options. Title legit. Title is legit. The 960 as we know it is disbanding, and from what I'm hearing, no one's stepping up to make new leadership. So when I started the stream, I messaged my contact in 960 leadership to make sure That 960. This is all right. This is the screenshot. So 960 is no more, and then the answer was yes. So unless someone wants to take over the remains of the shells of 960. Time to be 960's king and sell the kingdom. I don't think anyone could ever sell 960. No. I don't think. I think the leadership will probably keep an account in here and like. I don't know. I don't know where we're planning to go. That's something we got to figure out. A video will be put out for sure. A video will be put out. I'm gonna edit the stream down into a video, and then we're gonna be putting out maybe even like 3 hours after the stream. After the stream, I'm gonna like insta edit it, put it out. Where am I moving to? We're still figuring that out. We're still figuring it out. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. It's retiring. 960's disbanding because of leadership's retiring. Do not go where many whales are at, so boring. I'm gonna miss the gang. Yeah, I'm sad that, I mean, it's kind of my fault. I didn't get to cultivate the relationships I wanted to in 960. Like, I didn't get to play as many games, didn't get to know as many people. I thought I had more time, but yeah. I'm hoping the next kingdom I go to will be able to make some friends, have a good community. I'll miss the Chinese players streaming and call to push out. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of some of the players that Seaw was referring to. Is like, we had people from the Chinese server literally come into voice call for 960. Or like, Alano literally retired a long time ago. This guy hasn't played in like 2 years and he's still war leading, so. Meet up with us in Vietnam. I mean, the 2489, I will say, they always have those in-person meetups and it looks so cool. Like, I'd definitely go. If someone flew me out, I'd definitely go. Seaw plays international. I don't know if he plays in the Chinese server. Yeah, the news is so new that we're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens within the next couple of days, and then, because if I were to migrate, it would have to be, and I think this is why they said it now, is because we still have 2 days until the KVK is officially over. Then we have 3 days after that before troops come back. So ideally, you would want to migrate within that time period, right? You would want to migrate during that time period. But what kingdoms are even open? What kingdoms are even in off-season, actually? I know 2489's in a KVK. They just lost against 1365 and 2748, right? 2377. They're in off season, so they're probably gonna get a couple players. 1606, is 1606 in off season yet? They are. Oh, there's actually a couple of kingdoms that people could go to. 1093, obviously, because they're gonna be leaving. Honestly, 1093 would probably be the easiest kingdom to migrate to, just out of like, because you could migrate from this, right? This thing. Oh, they were allied with 1365? Oh. Yeah, I did not watch that KVK. So. It has cheaper passports. So yeah, we're definitely going to be going to 2975. No, I'm just kidding. I think you have to be in KVK 5 to migrate over there, right? That's true. I could. How much are passport? Like, Rise of Kingdoms passport costs. So if I go back up to 100 million power. $75 passports. I just. I mean, I could always delete my siege, I guess. I have a lot of siege. Oh yeah, the hospital. True. Goo Gaka. The 810k hospital. I'll fill up my hospital for sure. The thing is too, like the kingdoms would have to accept me. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, I'm good at 1093. He's like, no, what? You didn't come the first time, so why would we want you the second time? Try 293. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be forgiveness is in our hearts. You know, I'm just curious about how 1093 operates in general. Like, not even as a migration, just like as like a pure game like standpoint. It is a sad day, Box. It is a sad day. But I guess personal news, I'm not planning on retiring yet. That was the message that I got. I'm not planning on retiring, or we're going to be migrating somewhere. The question is, are we going to be migrating to a big Imperium like 960, like a top of the line Imperium, or are we going to be migrating to a more chill, lower seed, maybe a newer kingdom? We'll consider this an offer. 2049, is that an official offer? Oh, 1049 is like I have like I know a couple people there. Duke is big there. I know well retired. We have the Siege God there too. We have J Towers. Be a good excuse to go to Vietnam. I met Eva for Grand Prix. She was cool. I think the kingdom's gonna disband from what I understand. I don't think there's anyone that's stepping up to replace leadership, and all leadership's retiring. I think the difference, people were telling me the difference between this and 2377 was this one, it's like our whole leadership team retiring, so no one could even pick up the reins, you know what I mean? Oh, Jack Jack and Frosty are still there too? Oh yeah. I haven't seen those guys since 2268. Holy. Yeah, from what I understand, yeah, T and X are pretty interchangeable. I'll have to think about it. It's bad. 60 enter and 60 are my dreams. 89 GT. I mean, 2049 would be interesting for sure. I think 2049 would be close to, would be one of the close ones, top of my list probably. So would 1093 though. I'm probably, realistically, I'm thinking high. I'm probably thinking to, Yeah, I'll probably still stay in a top Imperium because like my best Rise of Kingdoms content has been in top Imperiums. And then it'll probably be between one of those ones. 89, I'll get to enjoy more Goose. I might not go to 89 anymore. This Goose guy ghosted me for the Cortex Minecraft tournament, and we lost it. I mean, we lost it in an hour, so like I was able to save time. $34.07. Let's just like, throw up your kingdoms in the chat. Let's look at kingdoms. What am I doing? Let's look at kingdoms while we're here. $34.07 is the first one that I saw. Well, there's been a lot of kingdoms, but then the first one I saw once I got the idea. 11 billion power. I wonder how much KP these guys have. Oh, they went to the Vietnam meetup. The Vietnam meetup looks so nice compared to it looked like a wedding venue over there, man. Oh, this is Schmuck's Kingdom. Oh, yo, Schmuck's at 12.4 bill? Wait a minute. I don't know he was packing like that. Alright, respects. We saw 34.73. Oh, this is Mo's Kingdom? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Now, the 960 breaking up is going to be a bad thing. Now, the one positive I could think about it is that perhaps a lot of the players will start going to different kingdoms, and then it'll strengthen up and coming KDs, or there'll be like other people that are going to be, I don't know, other kingdoms will be able to shine and take the spotlight or something, you know what I mean? That is if anyone wants to, you know, take that spot. This is pretty interesting though. 11.1. A new Rising Kingdom, 3805. That is crazy. Season 1. Is there anything to see for a KVK 1 kingdom? What's the newest kingdom, by the way? Oh my gosh, we're about to hit 4K. I don't even know if I want to look at a KVK 1 kingdom. Let's see. It's a good possibility to balance the matchup if but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the 960 players will probably just migrate together. Like, there's gonna be a big group that migrate together, probably. 3.1. And I'm guessing this is a multi-alliance KD, right? Or is this just one alliance? I guess it's one alliance. No, it's 1.7. There you go. Ooh, we're getting spammed. Alright, let's not spam too much. I saw 1846 earlier. 1840, that's where BT Cyborg migrated to, right? 1846. Ploto for R5. Again, we're gonna be having a podcast with the 960, some of the 960 leadership about this this weekend. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. It should be on this channel, I believe. So Yellowstone's. Oh yeah, didn't Thing retired, right? What was his name? Forgot. We got Makote in here, obviously. What kingdom? What? Are these guys in KVK right now? You know what's funny? I've been in 1846 before. So. Yeah, Gaines is also in 1846. It's kind of like a tough situation with other content creators in your kingdom because you could collab, but at the same time, it like you might be taking viewership from them. A 16 bill. Aru's still here too. Yeah. A couple of familiar players, especially since we played them like 3 KVKs ago, killed it. Oh, this guy's here too. Whoa. Hey, Mims. $49, I'm the solo streamer. Is that true? No, J Towers streams. Harvick's gonna sponsor my passports. Alright. We'll look like one more. We'll look 2 more. We'll look 1365 and then we'll look one of the kingdoms in chat. I mean, shout out to 1365 for breaking their loot loss streak. I mean, I didn't know they allied with 2489. That's kind of a tough matchup for 1875, low-key, but... they're still at it. Save's still at it. This is, Furious's kingdom and Baba's kingdom. $18 billion. All right. This guy's typing out a whole paragraph. So, what's this kingdom? What's this kingdom? Maybe this is a bad idea because we're just looking at a bunch of kingdoms now. Alright, let's see. 9.7 bill. Sons of Arthalon. Yeah, what is this? Why is the border like glowing? Is that like a SVIP thing? Zero illegal. That's kind of funny. We went to 1846 already. I guess we'll keep looking at KDs while reading chat. Elder Scrolls with Leroy Jenkins. Been a year since you've touched the game. It's funny that you say that as a lot of 960 players are retiring, but yeah, we're still alive and kicking. We're still alive and kicking. Some of us. Hey, wait, this looks familiar. Osiris League, that's why. Probably. You have good arc. I'm sure I've casted some of your games. Decent KP. The thing is, I don't really look into KP numbers that much anymore because it's like, with how old the game's been going on and the piloting and account stuff is like, it's kind of, you can't really judge KP anymore. 3303. For Calvin, Calvin's my guy, so check out 3303. You know what's funny? I'm probably gonna be like checking out another kingdom that I've already checked out. I'm so absent-minded when I stream. 6.9, funny number. Oh, this guy went to LA. Probably seen this guy in real life. Doesn't want to look at 2268. I could look at 2268 with like my own account, bro. I have accounts there. I was sending a happy face. They look cute, so I'm gonna look at that kingdom. 3100. Ooh, territory's disconnected. That's not a good sign, though. Probably rebuilding territory right now. 7-2, solid record. $9.3 billion power in KVK right now, so there's like a couple other players in here, but not too many. King of 960. You know, I would like the screenshot of being king of 960. Put it on my put it on my pictures and call it a day. I just like the screenshot, you know? 960 is retiring. 960 leadership's retiring, so the kingdom's essentially disbanding. Is what's going on. But that's at any time. Yo, Moles, give it to me now. Hey, Moles, you're retiring too, right? Big Kane's KD, 17.5 bill. And Boba is in here as well. I forgot. I mean, they're a solid KD for sure. They're pretty solid. $30 GT. Said yes in. Seaw copied you? Oh, so you started the trend? Alright, so the reason why 960 is disbanding is because of Moles. Moles started the retirement trend. Seaw saw, then Galv, then Pika, then all of these guys. They saw us Moles retire. Confirmed. Nah, it's not because of 960 losing Osirisly, because they eventually won. It's because of Moles retiring. Like, who else could be our anchor, man? Your account's available. I mean, Moles does have a crazy infantry gear. So. What do I think about 1875's performance? I did not watch the KVK, so. For free, right, Moles? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It has to be for free. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be editing a video of this stream just to give context. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. In-game currency. Join us at 1846. I'll definitely be making a decision as to where I'm going within the next week or two. From what I'm seeing, a lot of people want me to continue being in a big Imperium, which makes sense. I still have it in me, I think. I think I still have the big Imperium, big fight energy in me. Maybe for like another year or two. Don't want to go into retirement mode yet. $39.60. Yeah, we're Moles. If you started with me, we'll do it, bro. Yeah. Let's take over 960. I think the thing is about taking over 960 is, we were talking about this earlier, is all the leadership is retiring at once. So anyone that has any like experience leading 960 is gone. And then on top of that, like even if we had someone to take over 960, staying on top as not, what is this? What the heck? Expedition General. That's how you know I've been playing. Well, there's like a bunch of new roles. You know, staying as 960 and, you know, trying to keep on the legacy and trying to keep playing these big KVKs is just so tough. Is Cortex retiring? I don't know, but I don't think he would. Shouldn't talk on his behalf though. It's big. It's crazy news for a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people in 960 are still figuring out their moves. So I guess, you know, you could PM some of them and we'll see if they go to your kingdom. There's a lot of good players here, guys. So it'll be interesting to see where everyone goes. This is not clickbait, no. It's not clickbait. It'd be a crazy clickbait to have 960s disbanding. One of my plans, sound trip, we're still figuring it out. We're still trying to figure it out. It's so new, so fresh. This stream is literally me coping with the loss of the kingdom yet again. Like 2268 was understandable. This one, the writing was on the wall, but I didn't think it'd be a full disband to where like I would, if 960 were to stay an A seed or B seed and some players were staying here, perhaps I would have stayed, you know what I mean? But from what I'm hearing, it's like no one's staying, so there's not really much to do. And 960 has been fighting for so long. A lot of these leadership teams have been, you know, endlessly over and over again. It's a grueling work to be in leadership. And after, as we were talking about, after they beat 1093, it's like, all right, what's next? We already fought everyone we wanted to. So, yeah. Moles, exactly. Being a leader in this game sucks so bad, 100%. We're never gonna see 960 win Grand Prix. I mean, not to be a Debbie Downer for the international server, but even if 960 wasn't coming apart, I feel like we probably still would have lost Grand Prix. The Chinese server is just so crazy with their Grand Prix stuff, man. Their Osiris League is insane. And I will say, from what I've been told, Grand Prix is going to be the finale of 960. They're still going to be playing Grand Prix. They're still going to be trying Grand Prix. So that's going to be the last thing they do. Yeah. Heisenberg. When I learned of the news today, I like literally gasped. I was like, what the? Again, I had a feeling because of what, like, when we asked, again, in the beginning of the stream, I was talking about the context of how I knew. I asked 960 leadership for a podcast after the KVK to get their thoughts on it. And then they're like, let's save that for after the KVK because they have news and it's not good. So, like, my mind already went racing. I thought, like, someone was going to retire or Seaw was going to retire, but having the whole kingdom, like, a leadership retire and then having the kingdom disband is tough. other kingdoms in 960 continent having a party. Maybe they could win Zenith. Actually true. That's so true. Maybe I stay in 960 and push a Zenith skin. Who knows? That takes so long. We just had a Zenith skin. I'm still gathering chat. What am I doing? Anyways, we're locked in. I said why they disbanded? It's because I mean, Moles is in leadership and he talked about it. Everyone is just tired. They don't see like any reason to keep grinding and leading in this game when they already beat everyone. They've done everything they wanted to. They accomplished everything they wanted to. So now it's time to go to the next chapter of their lives. You're not in leadership? Oh, no. You're R4, so you're in leadership. Confirmed. Oh, you're not in R4 right now, but you're here somewhere. Probably. Now you're in leadership in my eyes. You put markers on my head, so you're in leadership. Ploto take over 960. I literally, I don't think I have the gumption to lead 960. I think either people, I know some people are thinking of retiring. Some people are migrating out, so we'll see. Iharu's quitting as well? I don't know if Iharu's quitting. If I had to assume, Iharu's probably gonna migrate somewhere. Yeah, Ozan already sold his account. It's one of those things where I feel like it was like a domino effect. One person was like, hey, like, it's getting tough to lead. It's like, yeah, it's getting really tough. And it's like, hey, we should all just retire together at the same time. So one person retiring, it's the whole leadership team. It's the whole leadership team. And become Ang V8. Kingdom's already, yeah, I got a couple of PMs. We got a couple PMs and then we got a couple PMs on Discord as well. It's been a lot for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say. Shout out to the 360 people watching. It was a fun run in 960. We are 100% going to be having a podcast this weekend, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll have some of the 960 leadership to talk about their thoughts and really get a full picture as to how they came to this conclusion, their thoughts on the KVK, their thoughts on Rise of Kingdoms, the state of Rise of Kingdoms, why they're leaving, all that stuff. We'll have all those questions. So this is just my opinions, my thoughts on, you know, what happened, giving my kudos to the 960 leadership, and then potentially think about what's next for the channel and myself. Yeah, the memories will live on forever. I think that's kind of the reason why I started streaming, is when you play video games for so long, so like when you play Rise of Kingdoms for a while, you kind of, things get lost in time, but when you stream, you literally have like a physical proof, physical evidence of what you did, the legacy you put. 960 is probably the most streamed kingdom of all time, so like there's gonna be streams to watch forever. So second kingdom Plato is killed. Oh man. All right, I think that's gonna be it for me. I don't really have much else to say, and I'm just kind of chilling here. I'm gonna be editing this down into a video. so that everyone could watch it. We'll probably either post it later today or maybe 14 UTC tomorrow. And yeah, I think the next stream I'll do is looking at different KDs. We'll do an official stream looking at different KDs. If you are in a migration team and want to be in a stream, wouldn't it be fun to kind of have pitches on stream? I feel like that'd be kind of crazy. I don't know how to. I don't know if that'll be good content or not, but we'll figure out the next chapter. But until then, appreciate y'all. Again, F's in the chat for 960. It was a great run. And we'll catch you guys later. Peace.